Y'all, we're here. Luka Doncic traded to the Lakers. They told me during my segment, and I saw it, but like it didn't hit me until I'm scrolling and I see literally like, bro, how did y'all let this happen? How did the NBA? No, you know what? I know what it is. Their ratings is so bad that the NBA just allowing this to happen because they desperate. They like, you know what? We gotta throw a Hail Mary. Let's give LeBron another superstar in his prime. As if Kyrie Irving wasn't there. As if who was the other one he had? I mean, he had AD. He had Dwayne Wade, bro. Like this nigga, he always getting help. He always getting help, bro. Like, okay, we gonna react to a video about it, but like, it's really hitting me, bro. Like, where is Steph Curry's help? Where is Steph's help? Where is Steph Curry's 20-something-year-old superstar? Oh wait, we had him. It was Jordan Poole and Draymond knocked him out. Don't remind me, bro. We literally had Jordan's like 23, bro. He's so young, bro. And we still had Kuminga. It's like I just didn't want my GOAT Steph Curry to go out like Kobe, and it's literally happening. And then LeBron, out of all people, gets one of the best players in the NBA. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hating real hard. LeBron fans, y'all control me in the comments. Okay, Lakers fans, okay, y'all got it. I ain't even gonna get mad at y'all. Respect. But it's not fair, bro. We're gonna watch Katie and Devin Booker's reaction too. Whose video was he watching? It's from the Flight Mic. Let's see his little breakdown.
AD came out of nowhere. This is,
bro,
maybe the most stunning.
Why y'all think Luka got traded? Let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, we are live on Twitch. Link pinned in the comments and the description. I appreciate y'all watching. But yeah, this is insane, bro. Why do y'all think he got traded? I have a theory, but we're gonna let him talk, and then I'll tell y'all.
Trade definitely that I've been a part of. Players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea.
My heart is currently racing. I am still in disbelief. At the time that I'm recording this video, we're within 5 minutes of officially receiving this news. I currently am hearing.
Wait, so how long ago? Wow, so this happened 4 hours ago.
People honking their horns in the background because I live in Los Angeles, and it's because the Los Angeles Lakers easily just swung the biggest trade in their franchise's history. A trade that
Is this the biggest trade? Would their biggest trade not be for LeBron? Or like, wasn't Kareem on the, what's it called? Wasn't he on the Bucks and then he went to, now look, NBA historians, don't get me, I don't know, I think I remember hearing something like that. So wouldn't it be like either Kareem or LeBron, considering that LeBron already had chips and that Kareem was already really good? I'm gonna sound real crazy. Or Shaq. Yeah, I don't think it's easy enough. And didn't they trade a pick for Kobe? I could be tripping. Now look, I know a little NBA history, but I'm not like gonna say it like I'm an expert. But I just thinking of one of those gotta be a real story. One of those actually happened. So I would say whichever one of those is true, I think those I would rank over this Luka trade, even though Luka was really good. But this is really good because now that they get to have Luka on the Lakers. So yeah, that it could be there, but if he don't win a chip, we're assuming that it's going to be the best trade. Can we say it's the best trade if we don't know how it plays out? Yeah, I think we got to see how it plays out. If he's able to win, then yeah. But if he goes there and doesn't win anything, nah.
Didn't even think is possible. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications.
Yeah, y'all go tap on him, the Flight Mic.
And if you don't believe, we made
okay, he trying to promote the gambling. We don't promote the gambling.
What's going on, everybody? I've mentioned on this YouTube channel that I was expecting a very slow trade deadline. I mean, apart from what we've been hearing in regards to Jimmy Butler and what we've been hearing about De'Aaron Fox, two storylines that I will admit I was getting kind of tired of covering. I didn't really expect any star players to be available at the trade deadline. I didn't expect a trade deadline like last year or even the year prior. Hell, even on this YouTube channel, one of the biggest jokes I've always made is photoshopping Luka Doncic into a Los Los Angeles Lakers jersey. The Luka Doncic era has been a very tricky era for the Dallas Mavericks since selecting him number 3 overall in the 2018 NBA draft, which without a doubt was seen as the right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have this take on the record in one of my podcast episodes. We've had the pod for like 2, almost 3 years now. So I don't know if I can find it one day. Maybe I'll like link it to y'all. But I said I felt like Luka would get traded, or he would either trade it or he would leave, because I felt like he was uncoachable. Because I felt like just as a person of the opposing team, when watching Luka, he could take possessions off on defense. He could pout. He could sit there and complain to the refs instead of playing defense or getting back on the ball, and nobody could check him. And I'm like, okay, so this, how are you gonna get the best out of Luka if he has to get his way to where y'all are firing every coach that y'all bring in? It's not the coach, it's the fact that the coach can't actually coach him, because he basically is like him and they treat him like an untouchable. And my take was that I felt like unless they finally would check Luka Doncic, either the organization or they allow the coach and the organization backs the coach going hard on him or penalizing him, I felt like he was never going to win there. It was never going to work out, because in terms of like his weight, you know, and gaining pounds and stuff, like he's good naturally, but people know he can be better. But you can't push him to be better if he's walking around like Teflon and nobody can question him, because he's the man at the organization. So it's like, I felt like it was going to get to a point where Luka left. I don't know when his deal was up, but I felt like whenever it was in his hands to be able to leave, he was either going to force a trade or leave after the contract. So I feel like the Mavs are on time and like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and, you know, trade him while we can still get some value. My thing is, though, was Anthony Davis the best value you could get? Like, really? There wasn't no other star you could... SGA? Luka for SGA? Maybe they tried it and it didn't work. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd rather have, like, SGA or... Like, y'all let me know in the comments on YouTube, who do y'all feel like would have been a better, like, if you could just pick anyone hypothetically that's tradable, who do y'all feel like would have been a better pick than AD for Luka? Because I don't know, like, Anthony Davis is good, but he's older and he's injury prone. So I don't feel like that's exactly good value for Luka. Like, y'all let me know, did they get anybody else in a trade outside of AD, or was it just 1-for-1? Because I don't know, I just feel like they could... There's not nobody better in the NBA you can get than AD.
Right pick to make. They acquired Luka as a result of a trade including Trae Young, but if you take a look at the opening picks of the NBA draft, I mean, DeAndre Ayton was selected number 1 overall by the Phoenix Suns, and ultimately, due to a lack of desire to succeed in the NBA, he ended up getting traded to the Portland Trail Blazers in the Damian Lillard trade. Marvin Bagley was taken number 2 overall, and it didn't take Sacramento Kings fans very long to realize that he was not going to fulfill the billing of a number 2 overall pick. Luka Doncic was perceived as the future face of the NBA, but there's a huge question as to how to build around Luka Doncic. In his rookie year, the Dallas Mavericks...
It's because the style he plays, bro. That's the thing people don't realize. They just look at the stats, right? And they look at people able to do these crazy moves and shit, and they're like, oh my god, they're basically the GOAT, right? Because I've seen people push the Luka GOAT agenda before just off the numbers. But it's like, in terms of basketball as a team, you have to be able to have a style if you're trying to win and not just go out there and get points. You got to have a style that is conducive for your teammates doing well. And that's why Steph Curry is so good. Yes, incoming Steph Glaze, yes. But this is why Steph Curry style is so good, because anybody could come into his system and fit, because he works around everyone. That's why he's so rare of a superstar, because usually superstars, everyone just gotta fall in line, kind of like LeBron, that heliocentric offense where the offense revolves around them. Even though like a player can reach very high heights with numbers and stats and all that, usually that offense, you're not able to win very much. You know, LeBron, I feel like, is an exception because of how good of a passer and facilitator playmaker he is. he was able to make it work, and the quality of players he played with is so high that had a factor to do with it too. But Luka is the same thing, kind of like James Harden too, like prime James Harden. He had the crazy stats. I mean, averaging what, 44 a month or 54 a month? I don't know. He had some crazy stats, like 30 point games in a row, something wild numbers, right? But when it comes to the playoffs, the other tax is that it takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your body, and then it wears you down. So when you're at the end of the game on defense, you're food because your energy's low. And then some of these type guys don't even be playing hard on defense, like Luka. You're not even trying for real. So you're going to be food, right? So as much as you're giving on the offensive end, defensively, you're giving it right back. So that's the thing where it's like, if you are going to be that type of level, right? Like, look at Steph Curry, right? He's not a two-way player. He's a pretty good team defender and has good hands, right? And can have good timing and be a good disruptor. But he's limited by his size. It was never ever. His effort level was always high. He just so happened to be the smallest person on his team because the team was damn near all 6'6" and above outside of him. So people try to use him and say, oh, he was a hole on defense, but he wasn't. It was just that he was the smallest person. So strategically, it makes sense to go at him. But at least he gave effort and could get you some steals here and there. He led the league in steals before, and then team defensively, he's good at driving people to help, playing good team defense, things like that. So he was able to compensate. Luka can't do none of that. That's what the people that say, oh, he better than Steph. He did it. No, Luka can't do none of that. Like, the Steph Curry at least will get in trouble for fouling you because he's trying too hard on defense. That's the biggest critique you could have if you actually watch Steph, that he's trying to play defense too hard, and the way the refs call it on him, they're gonna call soft fouls on him. So that's pretty much, if Steph got to play defense on niggas how they get to play defense on him without the refs calling it, I feel like he would have a way different reputation. But they'll let people manhandle Steph, drag him, clawing him. The man got scratches on him all in the game, and refs don't be calling it, and they know that. But he can't play like that. Now Luka, he just straight up don't try, and that's not a culture or a player you're gonna be able to build around. So people are gonna call the Mavs crazy, but I actually don't think they're crazy, because if you're thinking about in terms of winning, most likely is not gonna happen with him, even though he's good. And it's like, do you want him to just walk away whenever his contract ends? Do you want him to just walk away and you get nothing for him? I see
a huge trade, bringing in Kristaps Porzingis to team up with Luka Doncic. And they did a masterful job building around him. Throughout this era, they also got Jalen Brunson, but ultimately Kristaps Porzingis
and Luka ruined that. Him staying on the team would have helped him. Luka ruined that too.
Wouldn't be the ideal,
because if he wanted Jalen Brunson to be there, he would still be there.
Running mate for Luka Doncic. During the 2021-22 season, and the season that Kristaps Porzingis did get traded to the Washington Wizards, Luka and Jalen Brunson would lead the Mavericks to their first Western Conference appearance. But the Dallas Mavericks would end up lowballing Jalen Brunson, and ultimately Brunson would walk to the Knicks. So there was a huge question as to who Luka Doncic's new running mate would be, because it was clear that Luka Doncic was capable of taking
so he left Kyrie there. I'm thinking too. So Luka just left Kyrie. Kyrie came out there mostly for Luka. This nigga dipped. Wow. I know Kyrie probably didn't see this coming.
Mavericks very deep into the playoffs. The question was, what would be the ideal team to build around Luka in order to achieve that? In the middle of the 2022-23
because Luka's a diva. Luka's a diva, and he don't be getting called out about it.
Season, the Dallas Mavericks decided to strike on a great opportunity, trading for Kyrie Irving and pairing him with Luka. That, combined with the fact that they tanked towards the end of the season, put them in a situation where new general manager Nico Harrison could draft Derek Lively in the offseason. And last year, you have to admit, the Dallas Mavericks absolutely cooked. In the middle of the season, they made huge trades for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. This, combined with Luka Doncic's best season to to date in a season where he averaged 34 points per game, 9.8 assists per game, and 9.2 rebounds per game was good enough to take the Dallas Mavericks all the way to the NBA Finals. But alas, they met a Boston Celtics team that was significantly stronger than they were. But there was once again a light at the end of the tunnel. And as a result, the Mavericks doubled down on their core of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. If you guys remember, in the offseason, the Los Angeles Lakers heavily...
Wow, think about that. The Mavs made all these trades. And you know what the Mavs' final straw was? They're like, okay, so your excuse for not playing defense was, oh, well, I got to do all this on offense. We get you more offensive help, and you still trying to play the same way. I always felt like Luka would be maximized when he learned how to play off ball, but he doesn't want to play off ball. And I don't think he got the cardio to even do it. Well, he could have the cardio to do it if he would try to, so it's like you're doing things that's not conducive to us winning, and you still want to have all this control and be a diva and throw temper tantrums and all that, throw off the team vibes. Like, as the leader, he sets the vibe for the whole team. So if he not trying on defense, how is that going to affect the team morale when you got these other niggas busting their ass who not getting paid as much as him? They busting their ass to play defense just for it to all go to waste because of him not even want to try. And you supposed to get up and want to still go hard and your best player on your team, because these players know on the team, it don't matter how much effort I give. If our best player is not being held to the same standard, it's not going to work.
Pursued Klay Thompson to the point where LeBron James was even willing to take a pay cut if it meant getting Klay Thompson on his
team. Oh my God. Imagine they trade for Klay to have Klay and Luka. Oh my God, that'd be
team.
Crazy.
Ultimately, Klay Thompson would sign with the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow, and Klay came there for Luka too. And he just up and left Klay and Kyrie. That's crazy.
But that's not all the Mavericks would do. Former Los Angeles Lakers guard Spencer Dinwiddie felt like he would have a better chance to contend if he also joined the Dallas Mavericks. That, combined with Najee Marshall, gave the Dallas Mavericks optimism for being able to compete in the Western Conference. But there was one thing that they could have never anticipated: the injury bug. So far,
Luka, that's the thing with Luka too. I feel like people don't talk about how injury prone he is. Like, they'll talk about Joel being injury prone, Ja Morant. I feel like people don't be talking about Ja being injury prone too. They just talk about when he's there. But for him to be so young, like, he's had a lot of injuries that's kept him out for months at a time. And then you add the, wannabe thug shit costing games too. He's missed a lot of games to start his career. But yeah, I feel like every season I see Luka nicked up here and there, and he's young, and I wonder how much it has to do with him not being his most physically fit self. Like, yeah, he's still able to play a game, so he's fit in general compared to the average person, but in terms of like maxing out his fitness level, I feel like compared to when he was young and first got to the league, like, yeah, I know you're a growing man, but when he first came into the league, he was pretty slim. Even though he was still kind of, his build's kind of like heavy, he was still slim though. But now it's like, bro, let himself go. And I feel like that is probably part of the reason contributing to the injuries. So the team probably looking at that, right? Like, they got medical staffs and shit. So they know that the more weight you have on, the more injuries that you can, the more likely you are to injure yourself. So it's like, okay, we're giving you all this money, and then you're not even, we can't even hold you accountable to get you to lay off on the weight. Think about that clip that went around when they went to the conference, or when they went to the finals or the conference finals, and Luka was drinking a beer, and some former Mavs player like took the beer out of his hand. Which, think about that. It really makes you wonder, was it a thing within the organization trying to get Luka to lay off the food, lay off the calories and stuff? Because now I'm looking at that kind of like, I wonder if that was a thing where it's like, oh, we trying to get Luka to have better habits and take care of his body more. Because that was interesting. Like, he snatched a bottle of beer from Luka. So I don't know. And for anyone confused about the beer thing, beer, alcohol converts to sugar, and that causes like a lot of fat, right? So that's why people that drink a lot of alcohol, put on weight. So I wonder, is Luka down in a pack of Coronas every day? Because some people can like have all these vices and do drugs, drink alcohol, not take care of himself and still do good, like Shaq. And Luka, I think we could put him in that category too, but it's like when it gets to the point where it's affecting you to where you're getting injured and you're not there, then it's costing the organization. If they see that you're not going to change, what are they going to do? Just like be stuck with you and have you in this player have them in a chokehold, you know, to where it's like, oh, we just got to go whatever you want, even if we know it's not best for the team. So yeah.
Luka Doncic has only played in 22 games. When he does play, the Dallas Mavericks are incredible, but that's the problem. When you play in less than half of the games of the season, there's very little chance that you are going to be able to compete. When you consider the fact that Luka Doncic's contract expires in the 2027 season.
Okay, I was wondering when it expires. So basically next season, because this, well, yeah. 5, 6, no, the next season.
And the Dallas Mavericks have not been able to get him an NBA championship yet. You can understand that there may be some skepticism from Luka's end in regards to being able to get the job done. So according to Shams Charania, in one of the craziest trades that I have ever had the pleasure to cover on this YouTube channel, and still a trade that I can't believe is happening, the Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first round pick. This is a 3-team deal that includes the Utah Jazz. At the time that I'm recording this video, I'm anticipating that 2029 pick is unprotected because that's the only way I could rationalize making a trade like this for the Dallas Mavericks. And even then, I'm having some trouble buying into it. The Utah Jazz are going to get Jalen Hood-Schifino, the Los Angeles Clippers second round pick, and a Dallas Mavericks second round pick. When this trade broke, I thought Shams was hacked, but then he would consistently double down and provide more insight as to why the Mavericks would make this trade. Historically, Luka Doncic has spoken about how much he loves LeBron James.
Who was your favorite player growing up in the NBA that you admired? LeBron James.
And at the same time, LeBron James
I see, Lucas. So it's like you just want to play with LeBron before he retire. I ain't even mad at that. It's not just that, but I mean, shit. I'm just thinking from a like childhood, growing up, someone's your hero. You modeled your game after them. Like, I respect it, bro. I respect it because it's like it's not every day you get to play basketball with one of the GOATs.
Has mentioned that he would love to play with Luka.
He's my favorite.
Luka cold. Luka bad.
But he a lot like you to me.
Yeah. Me and Luka, we good.
And he would.
I wonder, how is LeBron gonna play with Luka? Like, how is his style gonna change? Who's adapting to who? Is LeBron gonna adapt to Luka, or is Luka adapting to LeBron?
Mentioned this on multiple different.
I don't think Luka would. I don't think he got the skill set to adapt to, or I don't think he has a skill set to adapt to LeBron. I think LeBron would have to adapt to Luka, because if he adapted to LeBron's game, that means he would be off ball more. Unless, if he adds that into his bag, I feel like that could take him to a different level though. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see that.
Occasions.
He's gigantic.
I mean, he's gigantic. He's 6'8" point guard. That's why I love his vision. He can control a game. He doesn't even have to shoot.
You're gonna laugh at my take on this, but in terms of what this does for the Los Angeles Lakers immediately, the Lakers do slightly regress as a result of this trade, primarily because their biggest issues came in the front court, and as a result of this trade, the front court gets a little weaker.
Yeah, I wonder, are they making another trade?
Time we were covering the Los Angeles Lakers, we were talking about them looking at Jonas Valanciunas and Walker Kessler to try to make a trade to get AD an additional front court mate so they could be competitive and make a run in the playoffs, which makes a lot of sense considering how the Lakers are currently in 5th place and they're 4 games behind 2nd place. But now they are completely depleted on the front court. But of course, Laker fans know that this has nothing to do with trying to win immediately. This has more to do with the Los Angeles Lakers' future. LeBron James is 40 years old. So who are you going to depend on once LeBron James retires? Who is going to be the next face of the Los Angeles Lakers? Well, we now have our answer. And apparently this is how it went down behind the scenes. The Mavericks approached the Lakers recently.
That's why I feel like for the Lakers, it's such a good deal. It's unfair because now they get to have a franchise player for the next. And you know, all LA care about is you know, the sales and right. So it's like you got you a Showtime star right here with Luka. They said they approached the Lakers and offered Luka, met and believe he has to believe. Yep. Damn. Wait. They're saying that 80 to the Mavs is a win now move with Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis. Who else? Who's the point guard? Kyrie? Kyrie gonna be the point guard now? I don't like that. Unless they got somebody else. I don't know. Maybe, but the trades aren't done yet, so. Yo, appreciate the follow, Dodgers fan.
For Luka Doncic, the Lakers brass met and believe the 25-year-old Luka Doncic has the ability to be the face of their franchise for the next decade, while giving Anthony Davis a win-now move in Dallas. I'm sorry, respectfully, this doesn't make much sense for me from like the Dallas Mavericks perspective.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm like grasping at straws trying to make this make sense. I mean, Luka Doncic—
My fault for blasting y'all ears. I had to turn the volume up for the other segment. I just realized how loud it was.
is one of the biggest stars in the NBA, and the fact that you're trading him for a 31-year-old Anthony Davis
31 and injury prone. Like, are we living in the same universe right now?
Preposterous. People think Shams Charania got hacked as a result of this, and the only way you could even rationalize a trade like this was because Luka Doncic could opt out in the 2026 season, and he wasn't being consistent with the Dallas Mavericks in regards to his future with them. But it gets a little deeper. According to Tim McMahon,
So Luka was playing the Mavs. So he was pretending like he was committed. He wasn't, clearly, because he let them sit there and trade for Klay Thompson and Kyrie and whoever else they got, thinking they was serious. Just for niggas to be like, oh nah, I'm ready to go now. That's the part that's fucked up about it. But then again, I'm never gonna feel bad for these teams, because when they're ready to move on for a player, they don't tell them nothing. So I ain't mad that Luka did it. I ain't defending no organization that's making billions of dollars off these players. So
the Dallas Mavericks had major issues about moving forward.
He moving
with
cold.
Luka.
The only thing, not feeling bad for the org, but I do kind of feel bad for the other dudes that joined the team thinking that they will be competing with Luka. Like, that's the only part I feel like is a little fucked up, where you leading them on to think that you're gonna stay. Like Klay coming there for Luka, or Kyrie coming there for Luka. Like, I feel like that, I would feel a way about that, but that's how niggas do in the business.
According to Tim McMahon, the Dallas Mavericks had major issues about moving forward with Luka due to his constant conditioning issues and the—
Come on, bro. I said it, bro. I swear to God, I haven't looked at Twitter reactions. I ain't watched no other video that I literally brought in. And this is not the first time I said this either. Check old podcast episodes. I literally have been saying how his conditioning is the biggest issue, and nobody can check him on his conditioning, so it's never gonna work.
About moving forward with Luka due to his constant conditioning issues and the looming commitment of another Supermax contract extension this summer. And this is the craziest part of all. When they asked Mavs general manager Nico Harrison about this bizarre trade, he said, "I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future." That's—
Wow. Give it up for that GM. Thank you. I'm tired of people acting like defense doesn't matter. They're so fascinated with offense and the points and all that. The greatest players is able to at least hold their own and put in a fight on defense, even if they're not the best defender. Like I said about Steph Curry, he's not able to be the best defender because of how he's built. But within his limits, he do the best he can. You can't watch a Steph Curry play anywhere and come to any conclusion other than that. You can say, oh, he got beat. Oh, he just cooked him. But you ain't going to be able to catch him with him not putting his hand up and try to put a fight. Luka, I've seen that man just stand there and let somebody go by like multiple times. And I'm like, how are you supposed to win if in the crunch time your player doing this?
That's a cool thing to say when you trade away the face of your franchise, but also Nico Harrison already made one of the biggest mistakes when describing Anthony Davis.
Right, like how is AD of the future when he can't stay healthy?
It's being called.
You have the same issue you had with Luka. I mean, AD does try, but the nigga stay injured every year. How is he gonna make it? He barely make it to the playoffs.
The center. But personally, as a Los Angeles Laker fan, I want to thank Anthony Davis for his contributions to our team.
He did what he could.
We would not have won that bubble championship, which totally counts, if it wasn't for Anthony Davis. I
Mickey Mouse
believe
ring.
that AD does deserve to have his jersey retired with the Los Angeles Lakers. At the end of the day, for the Los Angeles Lakers, I grade this trade an A++. There's huge questions about what the Lakers' future was going to look like post LeBron. They now have that answer. Assuming that Luka Doncic doesn't pull a Dwight Howard and leave us. For the Dallas Mavericks, it's hard to grade this trade because maybe this is the trade that gets them competitive in the Western.
I will say, see, the NBA, y'all concocted this trade. Y'all put some calls in and paid niggas under the table or something to make this happen, because y'all ratings been falling off more and more. How I know? Because damn, I even stopped watching the games. I'm one of them fans that's gonna watch every single game. Unless I'm like busy doing something, I'm watching every single game. I stopped watching the games. Like, so that's really saying something, where it's like my GOAT Steph Curry still on the team, and it got so bad with the way they call these fouls, with the way the refs keep putting themselves in the games. And then of course we had a string of injuries. When Kuminga got injured, that just took my heart out, because it's like, I know Steph already struggling. So when Kuminga gone, he gonna struggle more. What happened? He's been struggling more. My GOAT's not washed. He just don't have the same level of help that all the other players at that level have. Like KD, LeBron, yeah, we'll just go KD and LeBron. They both got young stars on their team. LeBron had prime AD. He got the best of AD's prime. He had Kyrie Irving. Like, he had hella peak people, right? Steph Curry he built his team from the ground up, and then KD wanted to join because of what he built. At the end of the day, Steph Curry had to be good enough to get the team to where KD would even want to join, because if the team was still ass, KD wouldn't have been joining the Warriors. So you got to even give Steph credit on making his home base and not leaving to where a player could be attracted. You can't hold that against him just because LeBron wanted to hop around because he was impatient and didn't want to build. You got to give niggas credit. If what they grew attract other people and that make them even better, you get flowers.
Conference? And Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis pick and roll should be incredible, but it's just such a shocking trade nonetheless.
I gotta see what the comments saying.
Now, let's
just see what the comments.
Give the Mavericks a D+. I mean, maybe the
shit, it'd be crazy if they end up doing better than the Lakers. I really will say this is making me want to watch some games, like just to see how the fit works with Kyrie, Kyrie, AD, and Clay. Cause I do agree that like defense overall, I mean, you can have all the offense you want, but maybe they have another trade up their sleeve. Maybe they have another person that they gonna have, like another young guy. What if they go get Zach LaVine? I don't even think that's a good trade, but I'm just saying, like, insert whatever young star, what if they went to get one of them? That would be crazy. So I'm gonna be paying attention to this trade deadline. What's up with the comments? Dallas really said we don't need happiness anymore. Rob Pelinka was like, wait, am I hearing this right? You want to offer Luka to us for AD? With just one of my future first round picks? Thanks, right? This is a fleece. I'm telling y'all, bro. On some real tinfoil hat type timing, bro. I feel like the NBA put a call in like, hey, let's shake this shit up. Niggas ain't watching no more. We need some drama. We need some action. We need a new super team or some shit. And of course, who y'all think they gonna give it to? Brian? Of course they gonna let LeBron be the one. They get a new superstar. Of course. Drugs has the Dallas GM. Dallas gets an F for this. This trade feels illegal. Wow, I can imagine when niggas first found out. Okay, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop a follow to the Twitch, link pinned in the comments and description. Click the link tree, all my socials and the Discord on there. Let me know you're from YouTube if you pull up to the stream. and we could talk basketball and argue about Steph Curry being the GOAT. All right, I'm out of here, y'all.